I'm just
Oh,
hitting
there
the
it is.
record
There it
button
is.
because that's fucking funny.
Fantastic. I miss you guys.
It's not
Yeah,
fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's not fucking funny.
It's funny. Hold on a second, Chloe. Why don't you take that and go into the living room?
Dad's about to have his adult time.
Yeah. Actually, why don't you go outside and play for 3 or 4 years? I love you, honey.
3 or 4 years.
Okay. Just until your brother, if you could just work with me, so I can mold your brother long enough to not be a fucking nutcase, then you can come back into the picture.
I can't tell if it's the sunglasses or did you get a lot of sun in Florida, Chris?
Yeah, he's fucking.
You look horribly tan.
Super tan.
Yeah, I mean, I literally walked around outside for fucking 8 days.
I look like fucking Nosferatu right now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you look horrible, as always.
No, hey, I appreciate it. That's what I mean when I say I miss you guys.
Oh,
Hell
shit.
yeah. So let's recap the week. Chris, what was Florida like?
So for anyone listening who gives a fuck, I took family. I myself, and before we can go any farther, on a serious note, since the other you two are fathers and family men, you understand. The idea that I was going to be able to take my kids to Disney was like, I would say like 5 years ago, that would have been like laughable. Like I would have laughed at you if you'd have been like, hey, yeah, you're going to take your kids to Disney. So the idea that I can, and again, this is a funny show, right? But like to be serious for a minute, the idea that I could like make my daughter as happy as she was, and it costs, I mean, we spent thousands of dollars, but I don't know if I've ever seen another human being as happy as she, you know what I mean? Like for those few days, like for example, when we came, there are these at Disney, there are these experiences where you just wait in line, and then at the end, your kids get to meet a Disney character, right? Like they get to have like a little meet and greet, like they face to face, they talk, whatever, they sign their little books, they have a conversation with them, and then they go, they just they do this. So I think the Cinderella's like stepsisters, and then like 4 or 5 of these other Disney princesses she got to meet, and to watch the look on her face when she's like standing in front of Cinderella. I mean, like there's really nothing that can beat that. So it was cool. It was really cool. I mean, if there's a lot of things you want to talk about Disney itself, like they, whatever. But the trip was cool. There were a few things that I saw there that shocked me and that I couldn't stop thinking about. But Disney knows how to do it. That's all you can say. Like their park is like packed with people. I mean, for example, like the average wait time for one of these rides is an hour. Like you're walking by and seeing people standing in line for a fucking hour. But what's weird is that like we had this thing called a fast pass, and for $15.
Oh, you got the fast pass?
Well, let me explain it to you.
White privilege.
Oh, I've used the
white
fast
privilege.
pass, man. Yeah.
Well, that's where it's
White
going. Is that like as we're making these reservations, and like you get to make a reservation, but it's a full-time job. Keeping up with the fast pass shit is like, I mean, you're walking around the park doing a job while you're walking. So it's like you're literally trading off, but it's, I guess I would say it's worth it. I'm not the kind of person who's going to wait in line for 45 minutes for a fucking 5-minute ride, but there are people that'll do that, and they have to, and that's, yeah, Ryan might do that. I would not do that.
I would do that.
I'm being serious. Like I'm not joking around. And I don't think my kids would want to do that either. So it was crazy to see how for $15 a day per person, and some families can't afford that, and that sucks that people would go to Disney and not be able to afford the little bit extra and have their experience suffer because they can't. I mean, it costs $140 for each park each day, each person. Like, I mean, you're paying top dollar, and then you're getting there and having to wait in line for a fucking hour for a ride. Like I mean, a normal person that doesn't have the fast pass shit is riding what, 4 or 5, I mean, maybe 4 or 5 rides in a day. So it was cool, but it was very obvious to me that it's much different than it used to be, and whatever. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So that's.
Well, what we really want to know is, did you see Cinderella get smacked by her pimp? Did the scenario play out?
No, but what was funny is that, so when Chloe got to meet Cinderella's evil stepsisters or whatever, they were actually bitches. Like they were so in character that they were like talking shit to the kids in line, like making fun of people and like
Pushing someone over.
they were so in character. It was funny to see. Like I made a comment to one of them. They turned around and they you know, shot me down in front of like this. It was just really funny how they stayed in character, and she really enjoyed it.
They belittled me in front of my children. It was really
Yeah,
good. It was,
yeah. They were right there with it.
I can stay home and do this in my kitchen. God damn it.
Yeah. So that's what I did for a week, but it was cool. It was cool. So
Fuck yeah, man. Well, way to Disney it up. Dylan, what'd you do last week?
Fucking
Don't-
actually started writing a book, man. Started writing some shit down, and I got to chill with one of my old buddies. It was actually really good. I saw him yesterday. Went to a Crabapple Tavern and got some lunch, and I hadn't seen him in,
Crabapple
like, fucking-
Tavern. Holy
Yeah, dude.
shit.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I
Actually,
managed that.
fucking-
I managed that place for a little.
I remember, dude. I remember.
That
They
guy
got
is
great
a-
food.
That guy is a massive ass. Like David Reardon, the guy that owns Crab. I don't know if he owns it anymore, but the guy that I worked for that owned it when I was there, I've never met a shittier human being in my life. No shit. Like I have been around some terrible people.
Yes.
This is the worst person I've ever known. He was like uncomfortably mean. Have you ever had a boss or worked with someone who was so mean
Yeah.
that you couldn't even like join in on it because you were like, wow, I
Yeah.
can't believe you just said that.
This is absurd.
It was like that.
I never met him, but he sounds great.
Yeah,
he,
Sounds like a great
he
guy.
owned several restaurants I worked at when I lived in.
No, I think they had something to do with the grill I
Alp.
worked at.
And Alpine Bakery and a few other
Yeah,
ones. I think.
I think they do have a hand in a lot of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's this book about? Is this the bucket list book?
Yeah,
And then
man. I don't know. I just kind of started writing, just like fucking letting it loose, baby. And I don't
Cool.
know. It's been fucking cool, man. It's wild as fuck, but yeah.
You know,
I was
there's I was thinking.
He was. He was
gonna-
thinking at one point.
I was gonna like read some of it, but I'm kind of
Really?
nervous because I'm a pussy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, here, let me introduce it. Would you like to read some of your book to us?
Oh,
Does
fuck.
that help?
Let's do it. Do it.
Hey,
I got it.
Dylan, I had to get up on stage and sing "Come Together" in front of a fucking summit of like 100 people last week. So you can do this.
Fuck. All right. Here it goes. Here goes nothing. Woo!
Is that in the book? Is that part of it?
Yeah, that's how it
That's
begins.
Is that is that the Ric Flair? Is that how it starts?
Yeah.
Dylan, Chris, I can't see your face.
I
I,
know,
want to
I'm
watch your
sorry.
reaction to Dylan's
Sorry,
poetry.
I had to
Yeah, I gotta
change
see.
this. Where'd it go? Oh
The
shit.
horrific look
Yeah.
on your face when I start
Okay.
reading this.
Where's your
All
drum
right.
at? Do I need to play like an African drum? Or is there-
2 cops came up to me, got my brother down. All right, no.
Like Mike Myers and what's that movie? What's that? So I Married an Axeman.
Yeah.
Where he's like smoking a cigarette on stage.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome.
All right,
Sorry,
here we
ahead.
go. Here we
I'm
go. Here we
interested.
go. Here we go. Here we go. All right.
No more
Ego-
interruptions. Just do it.
Fuck. All right. All right. Here we go. An ego death is not simply crying on an overdose of mushrooms, LSD, 2CB, or any other narcotic. An ego death occurs only in the most horrific of circumstances. It is more like selling your dreams for $126 so you can purchase gas and a gram bag of heroin. Jesus Christ, will my receptors in my brain stop screaming at me? How could I possibly masturbate with the awful stench of failure on my person? This is a total fucking nightmare.
I hope to God you keep writing.
Yeah, you need to really, dude. That's very
It's graphic. That's good.
no, not graphic. It's like kindergarten shit, really. But
Oh,
fucking,
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's like a kid's
No,
novel.
it's not. Hold on.
No. What I'm saying is, it's what was that book that like fucking Oprah like endorsed, and then it turned out not to be real.
Oh, A Million Little Pieces. I
A
read
Million
that.
Little Pieces, but like way fucking. I like it way better, and it's actually probably true. So-
A million. It's funny you should say that because I just, they turned that into a movie that I watched recently, and it's actually a pretty good movie. But yeah, that guy was definitely full of shit.
yeah.
But anyway, Dylan, I think what I like that because it's I can identify with it, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people that can identify with that.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
But
I've
you know
got
what I was going to
fuckload
say is
more.
that there are fucking whole social media sites that are for people that are writing. Like, have you ever heard of Tumblr? Like, if you log on to Tumblr, that's what Tumblr's for, man. Log on to Tumblr and you can just go at it, and people will comment, and you don't have to worry about, you know, people being judgmental. I mean, it's a site where people do that kind of thing. So
Yeah, I was thinking about doing just like a YouTube video too, just like reading like a page every day or some shit too.
that would be, dude, that would be very cool.
You can fucking publish a book for free on Amazon too. Like you can just publish one.
You can do all kinds of stuff on, you can,
Fucking cool.
That's cool, man. I hope you keep up with it for real. I think that's great.
Thanks, man.
But if you read a page a day on Amazon, won't you just be pretty much be putting the book out?
Yeah, for sure. But I was thinking like reading a book from a no one or selling a book like at all from nobody is going to be so hard. Like it'd probably get more attention, if any attention, just like reading some of it.
No, you know what I think you should do, honestly? I think that you should write something and put it out for free first. You should write, like, don't make it like your life's fucking thesis, but make it like just have fun with it and write something. Just put it out for free. Or just do the social media thing and just put stuff out every day. If you were to take all your social media sites, whether you know however many you use, if you use Twitter, if you were to put stuff out consistently, it almost doesn't matter what you put out. If you're consistently putting content on your sites or on you're gonna start getting hits. It just
then I could, if it got any traction, you could like ask for donations to write a second book, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or Patreon, all that stuff.
Yeah, there's like a Patreon to write a book or something. That'd be cool as shit. Sell my soul.
Yeah, you're always gonna be a nobody until you're somebody.
I'm somebody, god damn it.
Why we're wearing these glasses, god damn it.
Hold on. You know what I think? You know what this reminds me of? It's real dark in here. At Greg's funeral.
It's getting dark in here.
At Greg's funeral, I was so blasted. I was so high at Greg's funeral that when I got up to talk, I had to wear sunglasses.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I was so fucked up. I was like, if anybody in this church right now looks at me for more than 5 seconds, they're gonna know that I am lit. And so I don't wear sunglasses a lot anymore. But
yeah, I think most of the people there were pretty fucking
Greg's funeral was the first place I ever took a Roxy 30.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did it after.
Kyle Barrett.
Me too, dude. Me too.
Is it ironic?
He was like, this will make it feel better.
Yep.
Is it ironic that
passing them shits out like Skittles?
Yeah,
dude. Ironic that
Jesus
happened.
Christ.
That's because when Greg fortunately when Greg passed was I would say was pre downhill for most of us. You know what I mean? Like we weren't going uphill. We were just sort of maintaining. We hadn't made the dip yet. And so when he passed, I think we were all kind of, not to say that we all dealt with it well, but it was, you know,
I think it threw a lot of people off.
I'll never forget coming
home.
Oh no,
I handled it pretty well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is that we weren't emotionally impaired yet. So we were able to kind of
I had a pretty bad Vicodin addiction at that point. I was just eating like
Vicodin. Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt. I'm not saying
5 or 10 of those at a time.
But I think what it was is that none of us had really, or at least for me, I hadn't really experienced any negative consequences from my using yet.
Me neither.
You know what I mean? Like we were all just like.
I was arrested when I was 12 years old, so I kind of like.
Well,
I jumped the gun on that. Like
I remember that.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we could sit here and tell. We should have a war story hour.
Yeah.
That's not.
I was raped in jail at 11.
Oh, you fucking pussy! I remember my first raping.
I have a pussy now.
That's a fire. That's
some marijuana.
That's a fire segue into the topic, the conspiracy topic that Dylan has a
vagina. Wow.
I've been getting fucked for years.
Yes, we're going to talk about conspiracies today.
How deep it is.
Well, hold on. I think we should preface this
or your vagina.
I think we should preface this. So we're all going to be talking about our favorite conspiracy theories, correct? Like we all have like
conspiracy theories.
I brought one that it may not be my favorite, but it is one that it's the most recent one I thought was really fucking interesting.
Okay, but hold on. Let's do this real quick before we go into this, because mine is going to be it's going to be charged. So I don't want to debate.
Charge.
What I don't want to do is debate the validity of the claim.
Yeah,
I just want to
yeah.
talk about it, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to get into an argument about whether or not this happened. Or
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
for
wait,
sure.
wait. What does validity mean?
I'm not going to
It
try
gives
and
it
I'm
truth.
not going to try and convince you about this conspiracy one way or the other. I'm just going to present to you the information that there is. I'm not going to try and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sway you in any way. And the two of you should be thinking the same thing. That's not
Yeah.
this is not going to turn into a goddamn debate. That's not what this is. We're just presenting ideas that we find interesting.
Yeah.
So, I think we should all say that ahead of time, because
I'm totally trying to sway you guys.
well, you try to sway. Dylan,
Yeah.
Dylan, I want you to go first though, since this is your thing.
I'm going first. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. So there is a conspiracy that fucking, and it's pretty crazy. So you know the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau.
I've heard his name. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, but yeah, I know. Yeah.
Is he the guy they
Man.
always make fun of on like TV and stuff because he's just completely stupid? Like
Well,
when,
yeah, he,
COVID, when
like-
COVID happened, he was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
fucking-"
they hated him.
yeah,
No, I think
okay.
you're thinking
The
of Boris
truckers
Johnson.
ran him out of town.
Oh, that's
too.
no, yeah. Chris said it. That's the
You're
guy.
thinking of Boris. Boris Johnson was having parties and shit while everybody else was like
yeah,
locked
yeah,
down.
yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I don't know much about Trudeau, but go ahead.
He was just in the news for all those truckers that protested the vaccine mandates and like ran him out of his house, and he
Can I-
like
can I
went on
tell
the
you-
run.
Can I tell you a story about the truckers real quick?
Yeah,
You know, I live in DC, right? I live
Yeah.
right outside of DC.
because they were gonna come there.
They did come here, dude. Listen, I got a great story. So again, we're not going to debate I'm not going to get into it, but I don't agree. I don't agree with most of their message. Anyway, I'm driving through DC one day, and all of a sudden I start hearing horns, like not someone honking a horn,
Horns?
but someone laying on their horns. I hear several people laying on their horns. I'm like, what the fuck is this noise? All of a sudden, I start seeing the truckers come up on, and this is a residential street in DC. This is not like this is not 495 or like a 575. This is a residential street in DC. So the roads are extremely narrow. So I'm in between two 18-wheelers, you know, coming down this really small road. Anyway, I realize it's them. I realize it's the convoy. I speed up, get out of my car right before they start passing me, and I was just like standing there, like flicking them all off. And so but they were all leaning out their windows, like yelling things at me, like "You motherfucker!" and "Fuck you!" and "We're gonna fight!" and all that shit. And I was just like, I just stood there and laughed, and I thought, and then no shit. The next day, I woke up, opened my phone, and I read the story about how they're talking about now we're leaving DC, we don't want to be here anymore, like blah 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 blah. It was the next
This
day.
white
So-
man stood in his front yard and flicked us off. We're fucking out of here.
Right. So
Like,
it's, I have this self-righteous feeling of like, yes.
I did that.
No, but it was funny. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to throw that out there. That was a fun day for me.
Yeah, so the conspiracy is that this dude, and there's pictures like all over the internet of, so Justin Trudeau looks fucking identical to Fidel Castro, the fucking Cuban dictator, the communist dictator. And he fucking looks exactly like him, dude. And there's pictures of side by side, and his mom used to chill with Castro all the time.
Is there
His
any way
dad-
for you to, can you share, can you,
Excuse
Ooh.
me. Can you share your cock with me?
pull up some photos?
Yeah, I was talking to Ryan about that earlier. I don't know how the fuck we
I
do that.
activated it, but I don't
It's
know.
all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We don't have to go into that. I just,
Dude, he
That's-
looks fucking, there's side by side photos of him. They
now
look
is Fidel Castro, is he dead? Like, was he?
I think he's still alive. I think he might have just died, or I think he's still alive.
I don't
but
have my phone on me. Actually, I do have my phone on me. I'm
The
sorry.
crazy shit is like,
Hey,
well, you know, it's
Siri,
like a
is Fidel
communist.
Castro still alive?
He ran like a communist country, you know what I'm saying? And like
Sure.
the whole
He's the he's the-
conspiracy.
He's the
is
former
that-
president of Cuba.
He
Yeah.
died. He died November 25th, 2016.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but he looks fucking just like him. It's insane, dude.
Well, here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Google Fidel Castro as Justin Trudeau and see what happens.
Yeah, look at the side by side photos, man. It's crazy.
Oh, hold on. The thing that comes up says that Justin Trudeau's dad is Fidel Castro. I think
Yeah, that's the conspiracy.
Oh, okay, so they're saying that Fidel Castro's Trudeau's dad.
Yep, that's the
Okay.
conspiracy.
Well,
if you look at a picture, it's crazy, man. They look because whoever his
Oh,
dad is.
I see a picture right here. Yeah, I can see the picture I'm looking at is not a side by side. It's what it is, but it's not for that purpose. But
if you look at who his dad is supposed to be, he looks nothing like him. It's crazy, and he was the former prime minister of Canada in like the 70s.
that's wild. That's funny because I hadn't heard that one. And for me, like I don't know a terrible amount about Trudeau or about Castro, so I mean I wouldn't. But what I think is also should be what I would like to talk about with this topic is not just the specific theories, but the reasons why people seem to like latch on. And that theory, whether you debate whether that theory is like crazy or if it's mainstream or whatever it is, like the amount of people that buy into a lot of these conspiracy theories, I don't know if it's higher than it ever has been. Or
I think it's because especially our generation, but we have been, proven lied to by every president we've ever had. So we have so much distrust for everything they say that it's so easy to like come up with these crazy things and be like, well, fuck, it could be true because they fucking lie so much.
And you know what else it is that if you want to talk about the psychology of somebody who, latches on, because let's be real, there are, like, I know people, I'm sure you guys might probably know people that believe in some fucking crazy shit. Like it's one thing to believe that we shouldn't trust our government leaders and that there's probably people in charge that we don't know. It's one thing to believe that, and it's a whole nother thing to believe some of these other just outrageous
flat
theories.
Earth, like flat Earth shit.
Some of the stuff's crazy, but I think
is that really crazy? Flat Earth? I mean,
it's pretty crazy.
I think it's pretty. I think it's comforting. I think believing in some of these theories is comforting for some people.
Dude, a guy just blew himself up in a rocket trying to prove that the Earth was flat. He died.
Oh, did he blow himself up, or did the government shoot him down?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I'm just saying, man. I don't trust any of this bullshit. RPG took him out. For real.
Fucking communist, man.
Yep. Goddamn. Whatever. Some word for government. Insert word.
It's a good one. Ryan, what's yours?
Why? Oh, don't put me fucking. Wait, what?
What are you talking about? Let's hear.
I want to hear yours.
You look like you're
mine's gonna fucking mine's like a mic drop. Like you
look like you look like you're about to talk about the Bermuda Triangle with that hat.
Fucking mine was like, okay, so this is an old one, but like I think it's back in the 90s. Whose dog is that?
Not mine.
Don't worry about that dog. Shut up! That dog's dead now. Don't worry.
Anyways, so back in the 90s, do you guys remember when they came out? And I remember because I must have been like, how old were we in the 90s? Like
10, like 8.
It was a 10-year span, buddy. So it depends on what fucking day you're.
At some point in the 90s, how old was I? No,
in '99 we were like 16, 15,
it was
16.
Fluoride in the toothpaste was actually brain control, like mind control shit from the government.
And in the water supply.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that they were putting fluoride into the water in the toothpaste?
In the toothpaste and all that stuff, and fluoride was actually like some sort of like mind control.
It dries up your pineal gland.
Yeah, your pineal
so you can't
gland.
connect to God.
Yeah, that's it.
The Egyptians.
You've heard the theory, right?
Yeah, all the Egyptians drew pine cones. They all held pine cones, and your pineal gland looks like a pine cone.
I haven't heard that specific one. No, I hadn't heard.
You haven't heard the fluoride one?
No. I've heard that. I didn't hear the specifics of it being used to control your mind or something. I've heard that the fluoride, blah 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 blah. I didn't hear specifically why. So
yeah, and then so that actually turned, like, they started with fluoride, and then they started integrating it into shampoo and conditioners.
Yeah,
because it fucking absorbs through the hair follicles.
Fucks you all up.
I mean, it's not a conspiracy; it's been proven.
You can test this.
Wait, no, hold on.
It started out as a conspiracy, but it's
that's you just willy nilly with the conspiracy.
I don't wash my hair because seriously,
or brush my teeth.
Yeah, No, that's why I got all my teeth ripped out. And put implants.
Yeah.
That's great. I love
That's a
it.
true believer.
I fucking believe, baby.
That's
What did the
awesome.
QAnon people say? Follow me, something.
Where we go one, we go all.
Yeah,
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
follow me off this cliff.
That's great. That's great that you said that, because if that, I mean, I don't. That brings me. I mean, that walks right into the one
Off
that
a
I
cliff.
brought. The one that the theory, or I guess it's a theory. The QAnon theory, which is what I am interested in and what I have been.
Oh
I've
yeah.
been
The
Oh,
rabbit
yeah.
hole. Yeah, fucking
I've been-
bust that
I've
thing
been-
open,
oh,
Chris.
oh,
I've been fascinated with QAnon for a long time. I think it's the most fascinating story I've ever read.
Oh,
Yeah, that-
Q.
It's like it's always ongoing, like, because Q hasn't posted anything in fucking, I think, close to a year.
How do you know that? Do you follow him?
It's common knowledge. Anyone who
Did you see the documentary on QAnon?
I'll tell you this, I don't think there's a piece of content on QAnon that I haven't watched.
Wait,
So,
wait,
yeah.
wait. Seriously, because I'm just now
Okay.
kind of.
Okay. Yeah. So let me
ask questions. Hold on. Let me ask.
hold on.
questions.
No. Let me go through my spiel, and then you can ask your fucking questions.
Okay.
All right. Dylan, shut the fuck up. Ryan, shut the fuck up. Here we go. So there's different people that will talk about QAnon from different starting points, but I'm just going to tell you, it's in 2016 or around 2016, 2017, on a message board. If you don't know what a message board is basically a place where you can go post things, anything you want, but you can do it without identifying yourself.
Yeah, anonymously.
Anonymously, thank you. So you can go on to, there's all kinds of them. There's 4chan, 8chan, there's all kinds of message boards, right? Where I can log on to this message board, create a profile, and then just say some outlandish shit. And for the most part, no one can figure out it's me. So in about 2016, 2017, on 4chan, a guy who called himself Q, and Q comes from the Department of Energy. Their Q clearance is their highest level of clearance, so that basically if I have Q clearance, I have access to,
Aliens.
all kinds of, well,
Fluoride.
Fluoride, exactly. So
Got access to
in,
this shit.
in 2016, 2017, I don't know exactly the date. I mean, what's funny is I have all of his, you can log on and download every one of Q's drops that he ever did and analyze it and look at it and all that stuff. But the first thing he ever posted on 4chan was, and I'm paraphrasing here, obviously, he was saying Hillary Clinton was being arrested for blah, 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 and being detained, and that the whole world was going to go up in arms, and that the military is going to take over, and blah, 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 and all this shit. So he's just making all these outlandish claims and saying, and then in 2017, I think it was, the website WikiLeaks, which is a whistleblower. You guys know what WikiLeaks is, right? Julian Assange and WikiLeaks,
Yeah.
the guy. They're whistleblowers. They go in and they basically make public information that they think is secretive, that they think that the public should know. So war crimes, anything that you can think of, that they deem themselves that is secretive that the public should know. That's what they do. So they published a access to Hillary Clinton's email server, and in those emails, if you read through them, these were also made public. Through these emails, there becomes this theory that John Podesta, who is her campaign manager, between John Podesta, Hillary Clinton, and a few other high people in the Democratic Party, are a part of a cabal of people that basically harvest adrenochrome from small children and then eat that adrenochrome, and it basically makes them young forever. I don't know what the term is. You hear this all the time. It's
I'm forever young.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
have you looked at Hillary? She's fucking like wasting away. There's
Well,
no way that's true.
dude, like, again, like, I'm not here to debate whether this shit is true or not. What I think is interesting. What I think is interesting is that you have thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that were reading these posts, that this person is just, they're just all that he made a lot of, this person made a lot of claims, made a lot of predictions that never came true. but he also talked about a lot of things that weren't necessarily in the public when he started talking about them that eventually did sort of come to fruition. The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Apparently, Q was one of the first people to sort of bring that story to light, right? So I think that a lot of people saw that.
I'm still really confused about what the Jeffrey Epstein thing was. Was it a prostitution ring or?
He had dirt on everybody, dude. He had dirt on everyone.
The theory, hold on. The theory is that Jeffrey Epstein
He's got dirt on you.
would basically befriend someone, right? Like I think I'm freezing now. I don't know if you can, basically, Epstein would befriend someone and either offer them a
child,
or
A
offer
very
them
young,
something. Basically,
very young girl.
it's the
very
age old
young
thing.
girl.
It's the age old theory of let me become friends with you, and then let me catch you doing something shady. I'll keep it a secret, and then if you don't do my bidding, I'll release that secret to the world, and you're fucked. Basically, there's people that saying that Jeffrey Epstein was like the man for that, and that these people would come to him for things, and that he would have dirt on them. Bill Gates. I mean, there's George Soros. This QAnon
Soros.
shit.
He got Soros.
George Soros is at the head of the whole QAnon thing. They all think that he's this Jewish the guy who's running the world, but it all goes back to the anti-Semitic stuff with the Rothschilds.
He helped take gold out of Jewish people's teeth during World War II. It's pretty crazy.
Right. There's all these insane theories.
Yeah.
There's all these insane theories and
no, he talks about doing that in interviews.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But
It's crazy.
It doesn't matter. I'm not. Yeah, I don't. The point is that it's caused a lot. Like as far as the Pizzagate thing, I don't know if you guys. I'm sure. Dylan, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Pizzagate.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you haven't heard of Pizzagate, but anyway.
No, I had. You sent me the podcast where the guy shot up that restaurant and killed that mobster.
Thinking there was children in a pizza parlor.
That was a direct result of those emails that were released. These people started reading through these emails and noticing that they talked about cheese pizza, and that there's all these people that say cheese pizza means child porn, and all these people that whatever.
Everybody knows that cheese pizza means child porn.
Exactly. So this dude drove from North Carolina to DC in the middle of the day, walked into a pizza place that was frequented by some of Hillary Clinton's campaign workers, said that there were children being harvested for adrenochrome in the basement that was not there. There was no basement. So there's all these different, you can read into this stuff any way you want.
Well, wait, why would Hillary Clinton's people be frequenting a mobster's pizza parlor?
Because they were hard. They said that, and it's not a mobster. It's not a mobster's pizza place. So basically, Hillary Clinton had a campaign donation from the guy who owned Comet Ping Pong Pizza. So basically, there were people that were saying that in the basement of Comet Pizza is where all these high-level Democrats and all these high-level politicians and officials were harvesting.
But I thought some mobster was shot in that shooting, like some
young penises.
No, there was no one. No one was actually shot in that situation.
Yeah, the cops got him first.
Yeah, he shot. He fired off a few shots in the pizza place, but didn't hurt anybody. And then they.
What about the kids in the basement? He's just down there busting off shots, fucking not worried about hitting one of those kids.
But the whole point of this story is that one of the points of this story is that there was no basement. So the idea that this is going on is kind of there's no basement.
Yeah,
so
how
anyway,
is that pizza place running with no basement? That's got to be an OSHA violation of some kind.
Right, there's all manner of. But anyway, that pizza place is still there. You can go there. I drive by it all the time. But so
you're in the belly of the beast, man. You're in the belly of the beast.
The QAnon theory is so deep, and it goes so the rabbit hole on this shit is so. But and the part of it that blows my mind is that it's not the fact that they think that this is happening. These QAnon people think that Donald Trump has come to save the world from this cabal, and that Donald Trump is like this savior from God. I'm not exaggerating. This is literally, they think that Donald Trump is the savior from God, and that he's been put here to stop this cabal and to protect the children. and to end this whole thing and turn it all around. And Q was saying that at Joe Biden's inauguration that Trump was going to come out with the military and lock everything down and not allow Joe Biden to become president. Just all these outrageous claims that never even came close to happening
that we know of.
were made.
I don't think Donald Trump is the savior, but I do think that Joe Biden might be our first Manchurian candidate.
I'm not. I do. The guy. It's not hard to look at Joe Biden and think that there's not a lot going on up there. I'm not disputing
Wait,
that.
so here, I got questions.
He's
So,
being remote controlled somehow.
with the Q guy.
Yeah.
So the Q guy says, like, puts the thing on the whatever, the message board, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So is Q like, okay, like Trump is God, like, and everyone's like, oh well, Trump is God, or is
Q
this
was
like,
Q was supposed to be an insider in the CIA type
He
thing,
was-
giving information to the masses.
Right,
That
right.
was
So-
the thing.
but I'm saying
Right.
like, how much of this is just the group coming to their own conclusion, like this?
Probably
Yeah,
about 98%.
Yeah, there's a lot of
About
that.
90.
There's a
No,
lot
this
of
is
that.
the thing. This is what it turned into. It went from him. Okay, here. I'm trying to explain it to you perfectly. It went from him making claims, right? Him saying, "Hey, these things are going to happen." Those things didn't ever happen. Those things never. So what he did is he started making these really cryptic, the guy on Facebook who's like having a hard time with his wife and makes like cryptic messages that you can't really decipher. They're like, you don't really know what they mean. That's basically what he was doing. He was going and making these insane posts that you could read into and say, okay, well, maybe it means this or maybe it means that. And so it went from making claims, oh, well, the claims that I'm making are not coming to fruition. So let me start just saying some really cryptic, crazy shit, and I'll let you guys research it. He was basically the terminology was that he was dropping crumbs, and that the people that were researching this stuff, the anons, were the bakers. And so you have Q dropping crumbs and then the bakers making bread out of those crumbs.
And Hansel and Gretel, I get it, Hansel and Gretel and the kids, and then they fucking eat children. It fucking all makes sense. God.
Right. But what's funny is the whole adrenochrome ideal, like that, the idea that I think a lot of people don't realize that theory is hundreds and hundreds of years old, that people harvest adrenochrome from children and eat it to stay young. That's not a new thing. Like you can go
China.
They've been talking
China-
about that shit for years.
China harvesting, organs on the reg doesn't help it.
I don't know.
When
what
they
you're
snatch
talking
up people from the villages and just start fucking,
Is
all the
it?
Uyghurs they have completely, there's like millions of Uyghurs in concentration camps right now. That's not good. It's not a good thing.
about.
God damn it!
So anyway.
No, I had something to say, and I'm gonna fucking say it because I'm an American, and you gotta listen to what I say.
I'm trying to listen to it.
Isn't it in Fear and Loathing? Aren't they talking about drinking adrenochrome?
Yeah,
from,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's a whole argument like whether that's
Because
ever
you're hot.
happened and whether you can actually harvest adrenochrome from a person's body. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I don't know if you can even do that, but I know that there is a lot of
That should be the challenge. That should be the challenge this week. See if you can harvest some adrenochrome.
All right, we got to find a body.
First person to bring me some adrenochrome.
There's also a thing about them using young people's blood. They transfuse young blood into their old shitty blood, get rid of their old shitty blood with young people's blood as a part of
That
it
sounds
too.
like it would work though.
Yeah, I think it does.
That's the thing. It's like QAnon has
I'm trying it tomorrow.
some of the things that QAnon like purports are like it went from this and now it's literally it's like a what do you call it when you crack the windshield, a spider web of shit. It's gone from a few theories and now QAnon is basically an umbrella for anything, right? Like like, for example, the QAnon hold on. This whole QAnon crowd about 6 months ago went this is recorded, this is not a joke, went to Dealey Plaza where JFK was shot and killed, right? They went, and there's a group of maybe 2, 3, 4, 500 of them that went to Dealey Plaza that said that JFK Jr., right, John F. Kennedy's son, was going to come back, was never dead, and was going to come to Dealey Plaza to announce that he was now running for office for some reason. Like that him and Michael Jackson and all these people, there were a massive group of people that went to Dealey Plaza thinking that Michael Jackson was going to show up, JFK Jr. was going to show up, that all these dead politicians and dead famous people were going to all of a sudden pop up in Dealey Plaza and start talking about how they were all voting for Trump.
Did they?
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yes, they did. You could do this. This happened.
No,
This
they
is not
showed
a
up.
joke.
Did they show
No,
up?
he didn't. But he said. But next week in
He will be
DC.
there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you never know. But
Okay,
so-
wait. I want to combat this with something. Have y'all heard the conspiracy of all the birds have been taken
Oh,
out
yeah.
and replaced with drones?
That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Is that you can? It doesn't matter what it is. If you say it enough, people are gonna believe it.
That's what I'm saying. But see, that group actually is a group of people posting conspiracy theories that are less harmful. That
Mhm.
like fucking like so people like steer away from this violent conspiracy theories. Like they came out and said like we're just like literally making shit up at this point.
Yeah, no, that's what
So
the whole
like it
bird,
combats the craziness of the other
yeah,
conspiracy theories.
the whole government bird thing. I mean, if you watch that documentary, that's the whole reason they're doing that is to prove that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look for. If I log onto my fucking computer and I want to find something that validates QAnon or validates the feelings I already have, you're gonna find it. Like it's not.
Yeah, I hate birds, and as soon as I heard that, I was like, "It's a reason to shoot birds." I've been killing them ever since.
Not in my backyard.
But like I said, I think the reasoning behind why people latch on to these conspiracy theories is more interesting than the theories themselves. To me, I find it more interesting that we are so bored and people find comfort in these theories, right? Because it's much easier for me to make up a reason about why the world is shit, right? It's much easier for me to wake up and go, I know that this is happening. They're doing it. It's happening here and blah. If I can identify these things, it makes me feel better about it. And that's just common knowledge. So the whole not knowing and not having a clue about what's going on, which is where most of us are at, is it doesn't work for some people. So they need to find these things and to latch on to them.
Some conspiracies are true though, or come to be true. Did y'all see that they just fucking did a
'Cause it makes
congressional
sense.
hearing on UFOs this
Yeah.
week?
Yeah, I was insane.
Fucking
I was
rad.
insane.
I fucking love that. That's
great.
so dope.
Well, everybody
Really?
knew there's aliens. I mean, obviously, there's.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, I've seen UFOs.
That's not like.
So that's
Yeah.
the
I
thing.
saw them in
like,
your driveway.
I'm about to say we've seen UFOs.
Yeah.
The whole
real.
thing about the other interesting aspect of some of the theories, the conspiracy theories, is that absolutely there are a lot. I mean, you can go back and look back in time and you know and find instances of being lied to and being told that this, that, and the other I mean, it's obvious. But I think it also speaks to a lot of the censorship stuff that's been going on between Trump and between Twitter and all this stuff. Like, I'm a person that believes in the fact that I don't care what it is. I don't care what you believe. I really do think that we should all have the opportunity, whether you want to espout bullshit, nonsense conspiracy theories that don't make sense. If that's what you want to do and you want to claim A, B, and C, I think that you should be able to claim it. I think it's on us to be able to decipher through the bullshit and figure out what's real and what's not. And that's difficult.
Yeah.
But what doesn't help is when you have tech companies like Twitter and Facebook, and you have these fucking people that see all this stuff and that start removing it from the internet. That's what started happening in 2016 to 2018. There was so much shit removed from YouTube and removed from Facebook and removed from Twitter that all these people that believed this stuff in the beginning all of a sudden logged onto their computers the next day and it was gone. So what the fuck do you think they thought? Of course they're going to think that this is going to validate it for them. So the whole censorship thing, it doesn't help anybody.
Elon Musk just trying to buy Twitter is pretty crazy too.
Yeah, but I don't believe for a goddamn second that Elon Musk has our fucking freedom of speech at his.
Or the money to buy Twitter. Do you think that guy can afford that shit?
He's the
Of
richest
course
man
he
in the
can.
world.
He's the richest man on the planet.
Oh.
The guy has more fucking
I'll
money.
shut
like-
up then.
$400 billion.
But the thing is, I think that here in terms of that whole thing, how long has he been talking about doing it, and how many times has something happened that made it like stall? Like what? I mean, there's been 6, 7, 8 fucking. I don't.
Well, there's a process he has to go through.
No. He has
Yeah.
no. I'm saying he has stopped the process more than once because of phony accounts. Like
Maybe that's his process. Maybe
we'll see. We'll
he
see.
gets going, he gets hard, and then he just drops
but I
limp
don't.
for a
But
minute,
I
and he's
think
like,
that I also.
"Ugh."
But what's funny is that I think that I just find it odd that anybody on our level, that any normal layperson reads what they read and sees what they see and then they buy into this shit as if Elon Musk is like coming to save the world of free speech. Like what? Like why do you believe that? That's just
They
a
have
question.
to.
Yeah, there's
Get out of
nothing
bed
else.
in the morning.
No one else
that's the
is
answer.
talking about doing it.
and that's the answer. Is
Except
that
for me.
some people feel like they have to. Some people have to latch on to a belief system and have to like, you know, believe in something.
In the
And I just-
absence of God, you believe in fucking Elon Musk.
that's a
That's
viable.
write that down for your book.
All right.
That's a viable option for some people.
Write that
Anyway,
down.
the whole QAnon thing, it goes much deeper. The part of it that I think is funny to me is that, you know, for a long time, I've known people like, and our collective group, right? Ryan, Dylan, and our collective group, we've had a general distrust of authority forever, right? Like we just have,
Absolutely.
whether it was school or politics or government,
there.
whatever. And what I think is funny is that same group, a lot of that group, and when I say that group, I mean that group, I don't mean our person, I mean the proverbial group, right? That proverbial group that has always been like, fuck the government and fuck authority, for some reason, have latched on to Donald Trump and think that Donald Trump is this savior and that he is going to save the world. And I don't know if I'm missing something or if I'm just, you know, I just don't see that. And so
Because he speaks like a normal person. It's easier.
well,
It
he
makes
speaks
people
like a
feel
normal
comfortable.
8th grade person. He speaks like a normal 12-year-old. He's not.
Well,
the way
I
he
think,
speaks
like,
is
literally,
extremely. He's
in all
very.
seriousness, like I think it's the government as like. I mean, you got to think of like it for something to have so much power over your life, to like right size it. Like you're like the. I don't know. I obviously don't believe Trump is the second coming of anything or.
I don't. Yeah, I don't either.
But I mean, if someone does and it makes them feel better about themselves or their lives, then fucking, it's not going to hurt anyone. I mean, I don't give a shit.
Well, that's the
but,
thing.
like,
That's what you just said is not, unfortunately, for the most part in the mainstream, that's not the case. There are people that but I'm with you. Yeah, there are people that get hurt. There are a lot
On the extreme, people think he's gonna he's the Antichrist, which is
well,
equally
that's not,
ridiculous.
It's all right.
Oh, it is. No, absolutely. I think the thing about it is, I think placing any faith or any hate, if you waste any energy thinking that Donald Trump is either coming to save you or is gonna come burn the world down, you're a fucking fool. I'm sorry, but the thing is like, I don't believe that there hasn't been anyone in control that was actually in control for a very long time. And what I just find odd is that all of a sudden there's now a massive group of people, those same people that have stood there and had no faith in this, all of a sudden have done a 180. And I think that it speaks to Trump's team. I don't think it's Trump. I think that he's whatever. I think that somebody on his team is genius, because what they did is they took middle America, right? The group of people that has been forgotten, lied to, literally for a long time. You have a group of people that have been disenfranchised with their leaders. Whoever it was on his team saw that and were like, look, this is a perfect opportunity. We have these people that all, you know, you say the right thing, you get in at the right moment, you follow the right theory, these people are going to latch on, and they did. And
yeah, he took what people were saying like in bars and put it on stage.
Sure, no, I said,
people have been doing that for the longest time, like fucking the Black Plague, fucking pushed Christianity, like fucking. I mean, it's not like
the Black Plague. Are you a racist?
How dare you,
so
sir?
I think, like I said,
plague of color.
Plague of color.
What I think is interesting about the whole thing is not necessarily my fascination comes with why people latch onto these. Not like I hate debating whether QAnon is about what I just find fascinating is why people, like, I have a friend who I grew up with who we for lack of
say
a
his name
terms,
say his name
had a very similar socioeconomic lifestyle. Our home lives were different, whatever. Me and this kid grew up in the same place, and he is a full-on QAnon person, whatever, and I'm not. And so I find it interesting, and I'm always interested in like where this person's psyche is and where that person's psyche is and why this person believes that and that person doesn't. So that's just what I find really interesting about conspiracy theories. And you know,
yeah, everybody
all about
wants to latch
dividing
onto
us.
something. Yeah, everyone wants to latch
what
on
Ryan
to
just said, that's what it is. It comes down to what I said earlier, is that having a belief system and latching on to a theory is much more comforting than just looking out into the abyss and just being like, I have no fucking idea what's going on. I'm just floating around. A lot of people, some people find comfort in being able to say, I know this is happening. This is why it's happening. This is blah, blah, blah. Some people need that.
And
Well,
you need a
our
war to
brains-
fight. We're
Our
bored
brains
as
work
You know,
on
then
that
you-
level
then-
regardless. Like we fucking as a species, like since the beginning, like we fucking take something that like if we can't see a whole picture, right? If you can't see like 3 circles and one like 2 of them are behind another one, your brain will fill in
Sure.
the shapes behind it because our minds want absolution.
And
We
we
want
wanna be-
everything to fucking make sense. It's like
Yeah.
when we see things or hear things that are out of order, we will literally implant the pieces that are not there
Yeah.
so it's comfortable. I mean, like literally, that's how our brains work.
Oh, yeah.
and you want to
absolutely.
fight a war and be a hero. You don't
Yeah.
want to be a fucking factory worker your whole life. You want to fucking fight for something and, not be
Yeah,
a
there
fucking
needs to be a
dork.
purpose, right? That's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
You want a
something.
purpose. We need to fight the CIA.
Yeah,
But,
fuck yeah.
You're never
Q
going to
drops.
win that.
Q drops for everybody.
Yeah. But anyway, if you can, like I can't pull it up because I'm obviously on the screen with you guys, but if you can Google, I think it's like a Google sheet or a Google document where you can read them all, and they're all there. And they have notes with them now, and whether or not it came true, and what part of it means what, because a lot of the messages turned into they became so cryptic that you couldn't even really read it. Like it just fragmented abbreviations and all this weird shit. So, but it was a very interesting, and yes, if you haven't seen the documentary Into the Storm on HBO about, I think it's like a 6-part series, it's fucking fascinating. And whether you believe the guy who, the one thing about it that I like is the guy does his best. You can tell he's not trying to be partisan. He's just trying to figure out who Q is. Like he's not debating whether or not his posts were true. He's just literally trying to find who it is. And if you believe what's in that documentary, you walk away with having a pretty good sense of who it was, why they were doing it, and what was sort of going on. So it's interesting in that aspect that you do kind of get, kind of feel like I when I finished it, I kind of felt like I had a good idea about who I thought Q was. So
Yeah. Well, fucking yeah. I've tried to look up some Q stuff and it all been taken down by the
oh, I
COVID.
can. There's plenty of stuff. What you find now is people commenting on the movement. You don't find a whole lot of the stuff like you can go on. What are some of the other right?
I literally haven't really tried.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that, like I said, the fact that they removed it all from YouTube and took down all this stuff, it doesn't help anybody's cause.
Dude,
Yeah.
y'all gotta read the fucking Unabomber's, some of his manifesto is crazy, dude, because some of it's kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy, dude.
There's a lot of that stuff.
It's
I'll
all
check
about
that out, yeah.
technology. It's all
Yeah.
about technology and how it's like gonna ruin the whole fucking earth. And you look at it now and you're like, wow, this motherfucker might have been onto something. Because he was a
if
dude
it
who
wasn't
fucking,
technology, it'd be something else, though.
dude,
Like,
the Unabomber was a part of MK Ultra. He was dosed all the time at Harvard. He was a student at Harvard that got dosed repeatedly, and they did torture, like mind shit on him. And then he ends up in a fucking cabin in Montana bombing scientists.
that sounds way better than my college experience.
Yeah, dude, you gotta
Where's all
step
the
it
free
up.
LSD
Sign me
at?
up for
Yeah,
that.
you gotta
Yeah,
step it
fuck
up.
Jesus, I had to pay like fucking $3 a hit.
Hold
for
on,
that.
hold on.
It's like ridiculous. Fucking, that's a conspiracy. You know how much
Fuck yeah.
drugs cost nowadays? It's fucking ridiculous.
Inflation, man. God damn it.
Well, that was fun, guys. I've looked forward to that.
Well, I,
think
gotta bust
think-
out a scenario, guys. I've been holding this in for
Sure.
like 2 weeks.
Let's hear it.
Yes. Yes.
Fucking
Oh,
it's kind of a serious. It's a serious one.
Good.
I'm gonna take my glasses off. Everyone, sober moments. God, Chris, you don't look as dark now. Y'all ready for
Let's
this?
hear it.
Hear the scenario. Are your eyes closed, Dylan? I can't tell.
They're always closed.
Okay,
Mitch Hedberg
so
on stage. It's like,
Yeah.
I gotta set the scene for this. All right, so let's do it. Like, okay. So you're getting off work, right? and you get in your automobile to
What
drive
is it,
home.
does the specific job
Nothing
matter?
to do with it, no. So you get off at work, whatever work, and you're going home, and you're heading home in your car, and your wife calls, and she calls you on the phone, and she's like, "Hey, will you stop and get almond milk or something?"
You
some
fucking loser.
Fucking soy boy.
fucking
ahead.
okay, sorry, unpasteurized man milk.
Yeah, whole milk from
Yeah.
America.
Whole milk, yeah, half and half, just straight. Heavy cream. And she's like, "Will you please stop and will you stop and get some milk, please?" And you're like, "Well, of course, honey. My job is to serve, you know." And you stop by Aldi's or whatever fucking
Good choice.
yeah, Aldi's, right? Because it's cheap and easy.
And you're a broke, pathetic
Yeah.
loser.
And the job you just left is a big shit. So, anyways, go to Aldi's, you go inside, you get your milk, and you go back out to your car and get back in it. You start driving home, and then there's a horrible accident, right? Fucking milk everywhere. Like, you are hospitalized immediately. Like, the fucking ambulance driver's like, "This is bad. Like, there's milk everywhere. Blood.
He's-
semen."
There's milk everywhere, and it's red.
He's not gonna make it.
Then Q pops up, and he's like, "There's red milk, and it's gotta be because of the Jews."
Adrenochrome stat.
Yeah. This isn't milk at all. It's adrenochrome. This man was harvesting children. No, sorry, off topic. So, anyways, you're hospitalized, right? And during your hospital stay, like, your legs are broken, everything's all fucked up, and your family comes and they nurse you back to health. And during this process, you have a catheter installed because you have to piss through a tube out of your dick, right?
I fucking. Sorry.
I know, right? I told you this is a serious one.
I don't even like to think about that.
I'm getting turned
know.
on.
Yeah, this is a serious one. So your family comes and they support you, and fucking they nurse you back to health through prayer hands and emojis and fucking thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, right? And then it's time for you to leave. So they're taking out the catheter, and when they remove the catheter, they rip part of your urethra, right? And they're like, "Oh, no big deal. It'll heal itself. It'll fix itself."
Wait,
right?
wait. That you rip your urethra?
Yeah, the tube that your
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's what
ejaculate
that
comes
was.
out of.
Yeah, So hold on. When you say if you rip that, does that mean, what does that mean? Does that mean you?
Well, I'm getting to that. So later
Okay.
on, weeks down the line, you're making sweet but passionate love to your wife, right? Because she was there to support you and all that stuff, and everything works fine. Like, you're hard as a rock, you know, everything's great, it's going great. But when you reach the point of climax, you notice through your asshole this slippery substance is coming out. So, and you're like, you don't think much about it the first time it happens, but later on it happens again and again and again. And it turns out when they ripped your urethra, you now come out of your asshole. So, my question is, how long would you wait to call a doctor?
Not long, because that's free lube, baby.
And what would your like general consensus? Would there be a lawsuit or? Go ahead,
Well,
anybody, take it away.
With my homosexual tendencies, I'd probably let it be, just like the Beatles said. That's free lube.
This is I say that this is a true story. This actually happened to a guy.
Really?
Okay, I was gonna.
I literally read it the other day and I was like, like, holy
Ejaculate?
fucking, yeah, like he fucking comes out of his asshole now.
Well,
So you have an orgasm and it shoots out your asshole?
It just drips.
Hold on.
Just
I
drips?
got lots of questions though. There's lots of. I got lots of questions.
You want me to pull it up?
No, I don't.
You got
What?
pictures?
What? So what happens on the other end? Anything?
What do you mean? There's no poop that comes out of your dick.
No,
No.
I'm not. Does anything come out? Does anything now exit your penis when you have an orgasm?
No.
Oh my God, you could fuck so much and never worry about pregnancy.
Do you still urinate the same way?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense though, does
It's
it?
never getting fixed for me. That's a free
No.
vasectomy.
I'm being serious at this point. Like if you can pee out of it, why
Maybe
would
he
you not-
does piss out of his ass. I'll have to read more into
Piss out your ass!
That's I would say
Ass!
would say that I'd say that that's an important thing. I'm calling somebody immediately. Why would you wait?
Oh,
So you're saying the
God.
first time it happened, you'd be like on the phone, like I just came out of my asshole, or would you be
I'm saying that the first time, I'll say this, the first time that happened, I would be concerned. Yes, I would, there would be some
Right.
sort of,
concerned?
whether I just Googled it or whatever, like it would be-
WebMD,
You can't
come
fucking.
out of ass.
You can't call the doctor who just did that to you though. Like, hey,
Touche.
fix this. Like, oh,
Touche,
fuck
Dylan.
that.
Yeah, he's in
I don't
on
trust
it, right?
you. Yeah.
Talk about a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
This guy works for your in-laws. They don't want you to have kids to have any more kids, and so they just like that's how that works. I'm telling you, it's just one foot in front of the other, man.
He's starting a whole new line of fetish. He loves this.
But in all reality, like, so okay, you'd be concerned at first, and then if it happened again, then you would call a doctor.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would say that it would be pretty early on that I would be trying to figure out what was happening.
Yeah, because I was all right. Well, I was talking about it with my partner, who is a female, and
Good man.
good man, stereo, white-blooded American. But like, yeah, so like men like tend to just let health things like that.
White-blooded. You just said white-blooded American.
I was actually referring to the fact that you called your partner a partner, not that you were with a girl. I was referring to the nomenclature that you used, sir.
I prefer pronouns like us and they.
I'm sure you do.
She and he are dead. Like your
Yeah, but
soul.
The real question though, like, why is it that we wait so long to call a doctor?
Well, I think in that case, I think that what you're speaking to, I think it's almost two different things. The idea that men don't go and get things addressed is a real thing, but the idea that meant that you wouldn't go have something looked at because of how the specifics of it, I think they're two different things. Like if a guy falls and fractures his leg or whatever, he's likely to just like wrap it up and go about his day. And that's a common male theme. But when something like this happens, like this is not something that I think that a man
coming out of your ass,
that a man would hide any more than a woman would hide. Like I think
that'd be hilarious to try to get a girl pregnant like that, like put your ass on her pussy, like just
I don't think it works this way.
Trying to drip it in there. You got a fart come into her pussy.
Cum bubbles.
Christ, all right.
Cum bubbles.
Jesus Christ.
Wait. You guys are totally off topic now.
What?
This is out of control.
Dylan's off topic?
You're out of control.
You people should be censored. So you're saying if you had cum running down your asshole after intercourse.
I'm saying that everyone who is listening to this episode is now stopped.
It's just gotten good. What are you talking about?
Say, now we're really getting into the real conspiracy of it. Okay, well, I was just wondering.
But no, I think it does speak. I think it does speak to something, a whole nother conversation about why men suffer in silence. I think that's a real
I think
thing.
if I was coming out of my ass, I probably wouldn't tell anyone.
I think I don't know. I don't know.
I think it could start a movement.
Yeah, like.
I don't know.
Now that I'm sitting here talking to you guys about it.
But
I was in my head alone. I was like, yeah, that'd be weird. But now, like, I'm saying it out loud. I'm like,
see, when you talk about it, you get it out there. It makes it real.
Just make you sick, man. That's right.
Yeah.
You think there'd be like poop mixed in with the semen?
Probably.
Yeah, it'll smell and taste a little different.
Okay. Damn it.
No pineapple's gonna solve that.
No, definitely not.
Stop eating asparagus, honey.
All right. Well, I think that we should try to work a few new segments. And anyone who's listening, I think that next week, first of all, I think we've decided that we are going to start posting our content on Sundays. We're going to try to make Sunday morning the consistent time. So if you're into the blender and you like to be blended, I think Sunday morning is going to be when you should probably look for our stuff.
Smash that like button.
This is being
subscribe. That's
one thing that I really hope to be. I can't stand. I don't. That's no. If you don't want to subscribe, don't. I cannot stand that part of watching YouTube.
Leave a
videos.
comment in the link below.
So lame. So lame. But so Sunday mornings, and then I think that as far as segments goes, I think we should do something, something a little bit more current. Like I think we should take a current story or a current whatever and just rap about it for a little bit. I don't know what you guys think about it. The Buffalo shooter was pretty intense. That was what I was thinking about. We could talk about, but I think we've been going for over an hour now, so maybe we should leave that one for later. But I think that we should take a topic, and I don't know if it should go from person to person. Like, one week I'll pick the story, the next week Brian picks the story, the next week.
White privilege.
White privilege.
Who said the most white privilege thing this week?
I don't know.
Oh.
I definitely did the most white privilege thing this week. I bought a new toaster and then I got very angry that the settings weren't fucking where they were on the old toaster, and I had to figure out how to toast my Pop-Tarts.
Oh my god, my differential valve for my toast.
Yeah, for real. I was very upset. And then they only had the thick asparagus at Aldi's. So I was like, fucking poor people eat thick asparagus.
Who drinks?
Poor
So,
people.
hold on. So I shop for asparagus more than I would like. You actually like to buy thin asparagus?
I would rather eat thin asparagus. If I'm cooking it in a restaurant, I would definitely would go with a thick one. But
cooking that fucking, I hate cooking that pencil thin asparagus. You can't
yeah, it just
not
goes soggy.
overcook
It goes soggy immediately.
Yeah, you can't
Yes.
you can't do anything but overcook it. It turns into
Yeah,
shit.
I have fake teeth, so everything liquid just slides right by. I love it. I love the slimy shit.
You having fake teeth, I think is amazing. I have the worst pain. I can't drink anything cold. I can't eat anything hot. My teeth are fucked.
Except for
Yeah.
ass cum. It's just slim. Okay, so
All right.
the most white privilege thing I heard today was Chris's definitely trip to Disney World.
Yep, that's it.
I'll sign off on it for sure.
Yep. That's it.
I will say this: the one part of that whole thing that I didn't think about was, and Megan, the night before we left, because we had to leave at 4 a.m. or some shit. The night before we left, Megan and I were stressed out and we were packing and yada yada, and so we were a little bit heated. We were a little bit perturbed, and I said something about going on vacation and relaxing, and she looked at me and she said, if you think that we're going to relax at any moment on this vacation, and if you think that this is a vacation for us and this is for us in any way, you should stop that right now. This
Put you
is
in your
not
place. That's
this is
right.
not going to be a vacation for you and I. We are going to be more busy and be more involved with what the kids are doing for the next 8 days than we have been. And I was just like, fuck.
That's a reality check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did think that there was going to be some but there wasn't. There was none of that. It was just constant.
Yeah. Oh, I knew it right when you said you were going there. I was like, there's no chance he's gonna have ridiculous
we had-
sex
no.
with his wife for 8 days.
Well, we had fun, and there was definitely fun, and I enjoyed myself, but
I enjoyed myself.
it was just
You're like
It was-
cutting yourself underneath the camera, like I enjoyed myself.
His thighs are shredded.
Yeah, he's just
hold on.
slicing away.
I'll say this. One of the segments I want to do is if you're watching anything, whether it's a movie or a series, you guys should go watch The Staircase. I don't know if you guys have HBO or not.
I've seen The Staircase. Yeah.
No. This is the HBO series that's just come out. It's it's
What?
amazing. Yeah, it's really good. It's on its 5th episode. I think it comes out on Tuesdays. I think every Tuesday night it's a new one. But what's cool about The Staircase, this reiteration of The Staircase, is that it shows. So there's different theories about whether or not she fell or whether or not Peterson did it. It shows what it would have looked like had she fallen, right? It shows that. And then in another episode, it shows what it would look like had he done it. And watching those, I'm not a squeamish person, but these two scenes were, I felt gross after watching them because they were so well done. And then I don't know if you know anything about the owl theory, that some people say that there was an owl that attacked her, which is why she got. And I think the next episode they're going to show what the owl theory would have looked like, which is I'm super excited to watch an owl try to kill somebody.
I like when they mix the violence and the sex.
Yeah, murder porn is amazing.
All right, well, fuck yeah, I love you guys. Chris will post this Sunday.
Immediately.
Sunday.
Today is Sunday, so I'll try. as soon
The
as you send
audience
it to me.
doesn't know that, Chris. I was saying that like I thought you would. God damn.
Well, so you want to wait till next Sunday to post?
We
it?
broke the
no,
fourth
no, no,
wall.
no. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to post it at all now. I'm erasing this. Fucking.
Send it on over.
All right, guys. I love you.
All right,
All
man.
right.
Have a
Fuck
good
you
Later.
all. Bye.
Peace out.
Sending
Bye.
later.
See you, dude.